All right.
All right.
Yes, we
Okay.
have some results. So it looks like the biggest hurdle is post-production and editing.
Okay.
That is a big one. And then second behind that is tied. So just feeling confident on camera and then getting viewers. So how
Okay.
do we get people to watch these, 52 minute. We need to grab a piece of those 52 minutes of what everyone's watching. And then of course,
Absolutely.
equipment came in at 15%.
Okay. So for the equipment, I will say we're not going to spend a ton of time on that just because we are going to have an equipment list that we send to you. And honestly, we like to say less is more here. So this is really all for all of you beginners that are not trying to create an entire video production studio in your home, but you just want to be able to consistently show up on camera to promote your business. So hopefully that is going to be most of you. You will find that for me, I've been recording video for 7, 8 years now, and I still use the bare minimum when it comes to equipment, which is really just my phone, sometimes a tripod, and my desktop. And then I'll talk about the video editing that we use, software. But the thing is, sometimes the more you add in, the harder it is to either learn it or, stay consistent, right? Elise, you're saying,
Oh my gosh, I would get so hung up on, okay, I have to get my camera set up and then my lighting, and then I'd have to go get an extension cord, and then I couldn't find an extension cord, and it just became the biggest
right.
hassle. So keep it simple.
That's right. Absolutely. All right. So keep up the great chat. Hello to everybody. I'm so excited that so many of you are here. And we are going to go ahead and get started. So let me share my screen so that you can actually see what we're sharing. And so many of you submitted great questions ahead of time, which we love. If you have more questions, we want to see them. You can either put them in the Q&A box and they'll be so that only Elise and I and Aubrey in the background can see them. Or if you put them in the chat, we can all see them together. So we're really talking about video marketing made simple, simple being the key word. And again, all of you are going to get this amazing checklist as a resource after today's done. And it's actually coming from our 2025 marketing guide. If you've gotten your hands on the marketing guide, tell us. We want to know.
Oh yeah.
So good, right, Elise? I mean,
Oh,
amazing.
I love it. I mean, I use it myself as I'm making my marketing strategy as we're going through what we're doing. Like I use it as a checklist, the whole
Yes.
marketing guide.
And so this is actually workshop 2 in a series of, is it 5 or 6? I should know this, where we are going through the marketing guide and giving you all of our best tips. So this is number 2. If you don't have it, we will make sure to link to it in the follow-up as well. So you will get the PDF to download. So first, let's talk about setting up the shot. And I'm going to walk you through just some quick tips on both your phone and your desktop to make your videos look great. And again, we're not going to spend too much time on this because you're going to get all of these slides and that checklist. But so let's talk about when you should use either one. You're going to want to use your phone to record vertical video, right? So that it's this position this way. For social media, it's going to be the algorithm likes it best. And especially if you're utilizing Instagram, you're going to want that vertical video for stories or reels. And then if you're on LinkedIn, you'll see both vertical and horizontal, but again, on mobile devices, the vertical looks better. So if you are using your phone, this is one of the things that the camera settings allows you to do is frame the shot by turning on the grid, which is awesome. So that your eyes can be lined up exactly in the right spot. And actually, the camera on the back of your phone, at least did you know this, is better than the
Oh
selfie
yeah.
camera.
But it's hard because I always like to watch myself when I'm
Yes.
shooting, and so it's bittersweet.
Yes, I understand. The best thing to do is if you have someone that can help you make sure that you're in the right spot, get set up, or put something there so that your head can be right in front of it. But this is getting that back camera is always going to give you a crisper shot. You will look better. You will just probably like the way you look better. If you can, get used to it, that is the better camera to use. Denise said she just turned her grid on. Awesome. I love it. And then for lighting, really the more equipment you have, the less likely you are to just kind of shoot a video on the fly. So for me, I love natural lighting. People ask me all the time in my office here, what lights do you use? This is just a window that I am sitting in front of. And I think that obviously there's going to be days where you don't have the best lighting, and we will link to some camera lights that you can use in those situations. But natural light will always be the softest, provide the least amount of shadows, and again, make you look the best so that you don't have the double chin or, under eye bags or something like that.
And lighting really makes the world a difference. It allows for your video to pop, to stand out. And if it's dark, it kind of looks like ominous and not as bright and cheery.
Yes. Oh, Tanya, I've never heard this before. She just told us in the chat, great tip. You can buy a vlog screen to put on the back of your phone so you can still see yourself and get better quality from the back camera.
Tanya,
Amazing,
she needs
Tanya.
to send that link.
Yes, we'll look it up and make sure we link to it. Amazing. If you have other tips, please keep them sharing. We are all learning from each other here, and I absolutely love that. Yes, we will link to that. I agree, Rosie. Okay, so again, I'm not going to go through all of these, but these are things that I didn't even learn until like a year ago, and they make a world of difference when you're recording. So these are just some of the settings you can update in your iPhone. If most people, a lot of people I've talked to use the iPhone, and they make a big difference in just the quality. The one thing I will say, if you record where you choose the 4K at 30 or 60 frames per second, it takes up a lot of space on your phone. So once you've recorded, you want to make sure you export it off so that you don't have to, have it taking up all of this storage space on your phone. This is not in the guide. We did not get this in depth in the guide on this section. I just saw somebody ask that question. But again, this particular slide will be sent to you in the follow-up. Okay, and then once you have that, again, you want to get it off your phone. Do not text it to yourself or your editor. Do not text it to your colleague or your admin. You want to airdrop it or, use software that is meant for sharing larger files because otherwise you're going to compress that file and the quality will be really poor. Okay. Any questions we have coming in, Elise, that we should answer before we move on to how to record on your desktop?
No, but we just got that phone vlog selfie monitor in the chat. And so make sure everyone
Yay!
goes and checks it out. But it looks pretty like a great tool to
Tanya, you are the best.
incorporate.
Thank you so much. We
My
got to
favorite
send,
part about these is the
I know, we
community.
got to send Tanya some swag. We'll get your name, Tanya, and send you something from FMG. Thank you so much. Okay, so the second option is recording on your computer. Now, there's two programs that we can recommend here, V.io or Descript. Tell us in the chat, have you used either of these? Do you like it if you have used it? So Veed is the one that we use here at FMG. We have loved for a long time. They are really great for beginners. If you've never edited video before, it just makes it so easy, I think, and intuitive to figure out. And that obviously is great when you're just getting started. So let's see. Are some people saying?
Yeah, in this in the chat we have a lot of Descript, which is coming up. A lot of use
Awesome.
for that.
So Descript is great because a lot of people have a podcast that they record also with video. And so if you have a podcast that you're recording video for as well, it's really, really great for that purpose. It's also great if you want to be able to edit just in the text. So you can kind of see here when you log into Descript, it will pull up all of what you say. And they have a feature with AI where you can type changes and it will make the changes without you having to re-record, which is really, really cool. I, again, haven't personally used this, but I've heard from a lot of people that it's really, really easy to do, like once you get started, and that the AI tool makes it easier. If you record one big long take and you don't want to have to worry about going back and fixing a spot, that the AI tool makes it really easy.
Mm. And we
Okay.
got a good question earlier about oh my gosh, like teleprompter. And one of my favorite features about Veed is you can put in your script and read right on the screen while you record, which makes it really helpful.
Oh, such a great tip. Such a great tip. And then we did get some questions about editing videos, and you can edit in both Veed and Descript when you're recording right on your desktop. We will talk about editing those videos from your phone in the editing portion of today's workshop. So we will be coming to that soon. Yes, you can. I saw the question. You can upload videos to Veed or Descript from your phone and edit in those tools as well. You don't just need to be ones that you did on the computer. Okay, so let's talk about the actual recording. First of all, how many of you here would not feel confident recording without a full-blown script and or a teleprompter? And Elise, what about you? When you're recording videos, you use the teleprompter feature?
It depends. There's some things that, and I think something that's been brought up in the chat is compliance, right? Compliance and video go hand in hand. And so when we're thinking about compliance, that's where that script is absolutely so handy. But I think when I'm doing a demo, I like to ad lib a little bit more.
Yeah. So I agree for compliance if you need to type it all out and get it approved in advance. A lot of compliance departments will let you record the video and then not release it, but take the transcript submitted to them. Obviously, you run the risk of needing to redo it, but because services like Descript allow you then to just type that changes, right, and then have AI edit your voice to change them, that's not so risky anymore. So that's one option. I'm showing you here on the screen what I typically would do. And it's because what I have found is that when I'm reading from a script or a teleprompter, I sound robotic. I don't sound as engaging. I don't laugh as much. I don't smile. It's just not as engaging of a video. So, what I typically do is put something together like this, and then I can hand it off to who's ever helping me edit the video if need be. So it's when is it going to be posted? What's it for? What's the topic on? Any images that I want the editor to include in the video. And then I will kind of have, okay, what is the main takeaway? So in this one, it was about the SEC ad rule going into effect. Is it coming from a piece of content we already have? A lot of you do that, right? So you have a great article and now you're going to, or maybe it's something you read in the FMG library and you want to take it and turn it into a video. That's a great strategy. Take one of our pieces of content and make a video about it. So you can have the link to it because when you post the video, you can link a further reading, go here. And then I take the 4 main takeaways or 3 or whatever it is and list them out. And then if I had any stats or facts, I would include them. But this allows me to have this to the side of where I'm recording and look at it if I need to, but not feel like I'm reading from a script. What do you think about this strategy, Elise?
I think it's spectacular. And I'm even, as I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I could even, or you can even use Chat GPT to help you create some of these outlines as well, or whatever form of AI you would like to use to supplement your marketing. But yes, these are so helpful, especially when you have a team editing, because they can't read your mind. You have an idea of what you want this video to look like. And so that team and having them have some insight into a helpful outline is advantageous.
Yes. And I love Drew just said he does it the other way. He records the video first, uses Descript to transcript it, and then makes a blog article from it. So there's no one way to skin a cat, as they say, right? We got lots of different ways we can go about it here. But again, if you're really looking for content ideas, going into the FMG content library and looking at some of the pieces that you could use, okay, here we got the main point and then 3 big takeaways in the article and turning that into your video. It's already pretty much done for you. And it's so much more engaging to have you speaking it rather than just reading it.
And a lot of people have been using our presentations as well. So like our tax strategy presentation and all of that. Those are great outlines
Good point.
for scripts.
And we will show you where some of these things are located in the library for anybody who is an FMG user here shortly. Okay, let's talk about the hook. Who here struggles with coming up with the hook of your video? We have all become crazy in our, how limited we pay attention to things, right? So we've really got seconds to hook someone. If I can give you number 1 tip, do not start your video with, "Hi, I'm Samantha Russell, and today I'm going to teach you about," or "Today we're going to talk about," it doesn't work anymore. It's 2025, people. We got to change it up. So the first couple seconds are 100% crucial. And what I did today, because this really is the hardest thing, but think of it as the gate, right? Someone standing in front of your video, whether they keep watching or not, is all based on this hook. So you really want to spend a lot of time getting this hook right. So what I did was gave you some tips here in this slide deck that are not in the guide. So again, because you're here today, you're getting a little extra. And these are just different ideas of how you can get started, right? So you can start a how, like how do you do this, or how to, or a how I have done something. A story. Stories are always really, really great to engage people. Some kind of quote that you are pulling from, or a stat. And then at the bottom, there's some like different keywords that you can use. And then here are 10 templates that you can use where you pop in your pieces to make it work. So again, you're going to get all these slides These are sort of a framework to get you started, but I'm going to give you some actual ideas here, right? So I've helped 100 people retire. Here's what most of them wish they'd done before retirement, or before you apply for Social Security, watch this. Or are you scared about being bored in retirement? Watch this, right? Or if you have a net worth over 2 million, here's what you need to know before you retire. So these are all just different ideas, and you'll start to realize that one of the things that's hooking people is there's a piece of information that's missing that you're about to tell them, right? So what not to do about this situation, or are you struggling with high tax bills? Watch this. So you're really honing in on the fact that we want to know what we don't know so that we don't make a mistake. Does that make sense, Elise?
Oh my gosh, it makes perfect sense. And I encourage everyone, their homework is as they're scrolling through Instagram Reels or Facebook stories or whatever it is later today, start to think about actually the first 5 seconds of those videos that hook your attention and start to listen. And I think everyone will start to see it in a different framework and be like, oh, I could use that. Or, hey, this is how I can use this for my target audience.
Absolutely. Looking at what other people have done that gets a lot of engagement is key. So I thought that would be fun to do an exercise together. So I actually posted a video the other day, and basically it was a picture of my son, a video of my son going on a plane, and I said, I talked about how we do something in our family when we travel where we give every kid a daily good traveler budget. And I thought, let's all vote. Which A, B, or C do you think would be the most engaging hook for this type of content? So would it be, have you heard of the good traveler budget? Would you pay your kids to have good behavior on a trip? Or I used to worry about how my kids would behave on flights until I learned this one thing. And we should have did
I
this as a
love this
poll,
post. Yeah,
but
this is a good poll.
so I'm seeing
Oh,
a
a lot of
lot of
C.
votes for what? What do we got? A lot
C.
of B's and C's. Nobody thought A, so you all win on that regard. It was not A. Lots of B's and C's coming in. So this is a little bit of a trick question because I'm going to show you what I did actually. So this was actually on this, I posted it on Instagram, and this is our family's little travel blog, by the way. But if you go here, you can see I actually started the video with, I used to worry how my 3 kids would behave when traveling. But then if you look at the text, it's a question. Would you pay your kids for good behavior on a trip? So it's both. I did both. And that is actually one of the tips with video. You actually get 2 hooks when you post the video to social media, right? You get the text hook and you get the hook on the text over the video. So you are right that this, I used to worry how my kids would behave when traveling until I started doing this one thing. It is the better of the two. But because I didn't want to just repurpose it here, I added in that, would you pay your kids for good behavior on a trip, which is a little more controversial, right? It sounds a little like I'm not paying my kids to behave. And I did get a lot of that kind of commentary. So great. You guys are all awesome. You thought about, thought through it. That's awesome. Does anybody have maybe in the chat a video that they want to link to that we together could come up with a better hook? Maybe it was a video that didn't perform as well as you wanted it to. You want to be the guinea pig. We could pull it up live and see if you tell us what, where to find it, we could see what it's about. Because I do think this exercise is helpful in making you think through how you can do a better hook, right? So, okay, while we're waiting for anybody to be the guinea pig, I want to talk about feeling confident on camera. And I have some tips here, Elise, but I'd love to know, you're on camera all the time. Is there anything you have that you do as like a pre-routine before getting on camera to feel confident?
A lot of it is like look good, feel good, play good. Like I'm an old washed up athlete. And so it's like, okay, we're doing our hair today. We're going to put some makeup on. And that provides that foundation to be like, okay, look, we're committing. We got to get it done today. And now let's go into getting our camera set up and shooting.
It's so true. Making sure you did your hair and that you feel good in the clothing you're wearing.
You have a good shirt
Your
on or a new
background, yeah,
jacket.
that is huge for sure. And one of the things that has really helped me is to also have the mindset of when I tell people I'm working with, your first few videos are probably going to be not that great, everyone. I hate to tell you, this is my first video that I ever did. I got an orange background. You can see up my nose. You can see the mess that I'm doing in the office. But guess what? The only way to get better at anything is to keep doing it. Do you think that the pro golfers of the world got that way because they just showed up one day? Like, no, absolutely not. And so a big tip is to know that the first couple takes are not going to be that good and just sit with that. I
Something
mean,
else that really helps me when I think about it is like, you know what? I'm not Steven Spielberg, and I don't have to create this amazing production. My message, my hook, that's what's important.
absolutely. And I will also say, writing down that main hook, whether you're going to use a script or not, so you know the first line verbatim is really key. And then also, if I can give you another advice, a lot of people I find kind of practice a couple times before they hit record. Start hitting record from the
Just
get-go.
go, just do it.
Yes, because what if you have a great take and then you weren't recording it, right? So just always hit record. The other thing is your energy is so important. So I find standing up when I'm going to record is really, really helpful. And then also, just pretend like you're explaining something to a friend. Don't feel like you're teaching a class. Like, you can talk like you would normally talk in a conversation.
Yeah.
And if you do mess up, because all of these editing tools now, everybody, the AI is going to scrub out the problems. I don't suggest you stop and go all the way back to the beginning. If you mess up, just keep going.
Yep. Edit, cut, start over, like keep it going. Because otherwise it can turn into an all-day process and it should be short, sweet, get it out. Because that's where I would become overwhelmed, being like, oh, I've been shooting all day and I can't get my one sentence right. Well, get over it.
Get over it. That's a
That's what
great.
I tell myself.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. So, let's see, did we have anybody submit before we go into editing who wants help
Yes,
with the
we
hook?
have three. And
You have one pulled up? You want to share your screen?
yeah, hold on. I'm getting it all to load. It's taking a
Take
second to
your
load.
time. And thank you
But
for anyone who did submit. You all are amazing that you would be willing to.
okay, here's one. Alex, he was one of the first ones. Here we go. Let me share. And I'm gonna have to optimize for sound. So bear with me as we get this
Yeah, take
rocking.
your time. And again, everybody, we're going to look at this quick and just see if we can help come up with a better hook together, a team building activity here. Because again, these hooks are truly crucial. And somebody asked if it does affect the algorithm. The hook, whatever you type is what the algorithm is going to see. So it's not reading your video um, in that regard, but whatever you type as the first sentence, it will affect the algorithm.
All right, here we go. I'm sharing. I've optimized for sound, so bear with me making sure that it sounds all right, but you can see my screen.
I don't see your screen actually.
Okay, let's take a look at sharing a different screen. How about that?
Oh, she's saying somebody say, oh, people
Okay,
see it and they can
all
see it.
right,
I'm sorry.
here we
Go ahead.
go.
All right.
On sound and
Hey folks, I wanted to jump on here and do a new video as we head into this new year. I was reminded by someone this morning in a meeting that I need to get back on this platform and do more content. So here I
Can
am.
you pause for 1 second?
I love that.
Okay, Alex, you are so brave, but all the things you just said so far could have been eliminated. So you're doing the hi, how are you? I got to get back on here. I got to make more video. But the hook would be whatever the meat of the video is about. So you say in your text, stop thinking about your finances. Do I have your attention? Which I do love. And I don't know yet what the video is about. We're not to that point yet. But those first few seconds could all be cut. Okay, go ahead.
See if I can keep it up this year. But I wanted to talk a little bit today about how much we think about our finances, because I think some people tend to think about their finances and financial planning far too
Okay,
often.
pause. Sorry. So maybe the hook here, and everybody else can think about it because we didn't watch the whole video yet. But for time, it could be something like you're thinking about money too much, right? Or I used to think about my finances and let it stress me out all the time until I learned this one thing, right? Something like that. So I don't even know what it is yet, but something like that would engage you and hook you in. Let's see if anybody else has any tips on it. Oh, and somebody's asking how long these videos should be on social media. So Instagram, YouTube Shorts, you really want them 60 seconds or less. On LinkedIn, they can be a little longer. I've had videos as long as 3 minutes perform really well. It's a different platform, but the shorter, the better. So I really say 60 seconds or less if you can do that on social.
Yeah, so I was just reading a HubSpot article and they were saying that the optimal length for a short form video is 21 to 30 seconds. So there it
Wow.
is.
30 seconds. Okay, so at least I'm still like old school. I got to get even shorter.
Well, it's all the majority is 60 seconds and less.
Okay.
So
Alex, this is, though, I just want to say, we jumped right to what you could improve. The fact that you're out there, you're recording the video, you're smiling, you're engaging, like, I want to keep watching to learn what you have to say. 2, you got comments, you got engagement. Thank you so much for being the guinea pig and allowing us to use it. We are going to send you some swag. We love that you're out there doing it. I'm going to go back and watch your full video and I'll send you some more ideas. So if you want to try reposting it with a different hook, you could. But
and
awesome.
go to Alex's LinkedIn and give it a like.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Thank you. Okay. So let's go on to editing since this was the part that so many people said they were struggling with. Okay. So if you already recorded your video in Descript or Veed, obviously it's going to be really easy to edit right in those tools. Again, you can send a video that you record on your phone to those platforms as well, but it's even easier if you're just using the tool right out of the gate. So I actually pulled up our Veed here to show you what some of that looks like. Can you see this, Elise?
Yeah, looks great. You look beautiful.
Background. So here am I right here, as you can see. When we think about just editing and what are some like basic things we always want to edit, the first one is adding the subtitles because people watch video a lot of times with the sound low or off. So you can click this little button and add the subtitles. These have already been added in. But one of the things I like about Veed, they have in red anything that they call a low confidence word. So they're highlighting for you, hey, we're not 100% sure if you meant to say prospects or something else. And so you can either correct it or, go in and leave it as is or type. So in any place, if I wanted to change, I can just actually put my cursor over and type. And Descript has something very similar. So this just makes it really, really easy to edit the subtitles, the captions on your video. The other thing that we like to do is right in the very beginning of the video, right where the video is starting, if you want to add some media. So by this, it could be your name, it could be your title. So you can see here we have make your event a success. You could put Samantha Russell. You could have 4 tips to event success. And so to do this here, you're just going to, not media, I'm saying the wrong thing, text. So you can come in here and you can choose whether you want a headline, and it's just going to add it right in here. And then you're going to use this little toggle to decide how long you want it to be up on the screen for. And so at a bare minimum, I would suggest adding text to the beginning and the end of the video. So the beginning would be what the video is about. The end would be the call to action and then the subtitles. And really, that's it. We don't need to overdo it with editing these videos. Now, if you're talking about some form people can be filling out and you want to put a screenshot of the form in, you can do things like that as well. This would be that add media. You could upload a file, bring the file over and place it right on the video, and then again, decide how long you want to keep it on there. But Veed, as you can see, it's very drag and drop, very, very, I believe, easy to use. I'm not seeing the chat.
Anyone can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Do we have any comments coming in?
Good question. Just recommendations on backgrounds, on colors, on what do we recommend?
Yes. So there are some things you can do when you're actually going to record. If I just go back here to our dashboard, a lot of these tools allow you to record and do things like remove the background, things like that. And on here, when it says record video, you can see you can either record just your camera and slides, your camera and your screen. And then there are different settings where if you want to do a green screen in the background, if you want to blur, like Elise's black background is blurred. I think that the blurred background is great for longer workshops and things like this. If you're just recording a 30-second video, if you don't like your background, I'd probably put a green screen up instead, would be my suggestion. I think people like to kind of see the background, but even if you find a white wall and then you could put text to the right or the left of you on the wall, that works too.
Yep. Studies have shown that green makes people happy. So just like your
I
office
didn't
right
know
here.
that when I chose this for my color.
And they always say that when you're meeting with clients too, when they're looking, have them look either outside at like green grass or green trees, and it helps put them in like a calm, relaxed state.
Oh, I see. Karen just gave us a good tip. She said Veed can edit vertical videos that you've recorded on a phone. Vidyard cannot. So if you're using Vidyard, you cannot. Veed and Descript, it seems, have the biggest capabilities broadly. I'm sure a lot of you have seen some of these videos because we've emailed them out. So these videos you see here were all recorded in this platform. So I recorded them in Veed and then we edited them in Veed as well. Okay. So let's keep going and talk about editing the vertical videos. So you saw the video I showed you of, my kid walking up this plane. That was edited right in Instagram. These other two videos were, again, like a talking head video. So the popular platforms people usually use for vertical video editing would be CapCut, Canva, right in Instagram itself, iMovie, or InShot. I am not a video editor. I typically will just use Instagram to edit the videos if I'm editing them myself. It's not the most, high-end posh editing, but for my purposes, it often will work. But tell us in the chat if you're editing vertical videos, maybe what do you like to use the best? I saw we might have some video editors on here.
We have like the professionals.
Okay, tell us, what are they telling us? What are they saying?
But I love Canva for this because I can save my logo. Like I have our FMG logo saved. I can easily drag and drop it. So for vertical, I prefer Canva, and it works well with our integration.
That's right, which we're going to show you here in just a second.
And Canva can add captions. So we just got that question.
Okay, awesome. Brandon Carr, I think he was the video editor. He said he uses Premiere Pro. So sounds like a professional editing tool. And Veed does have an app. Yes, they do have an app, so you can edit vertically in Veed as well. Somebody asked, what about putting your phone number and email on every page of the video? To me, that seems a little salesy, to be honest. I wouldn't do it. I feel like it seems a little bit like, it reminds me of the old commercials where you're trying to call this number to get, I wouldn't do it, to be honest, but to each their own. Maybe your audience will respond better to it. Let's keep going. Okay, so for the editing in these with the vertical video, really less is more is one thing I just wanted to mention too, because you have a smaller space, you can't fit as much in. So keep that in mind. Like the one that I did all the way here on the right, this is actually too much text for a video, but this was just the beginning of the video. And then once you kept watching, the text fell off, if that makes sense. So in these tools, you can have sort of your first screen of the video have a lot of text or, what the video is about, and then it can go away as you go on.
And someone asked about the Canva captions, and it's just I just pulled it up in Canva. You can edit, and under the text section, there's a new caption area. It's brand new.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Answer Denise's question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we get into promotion, I see a question we have from Renee who's saying, do most people submit the transcript to compliance for approval prior to posting? Tell us in the comments, what do you all do? Do you get it approved before you post? I'm assuming yes. I don't think you need to you can record whenever you want, but how do most of you handle compliance? And at least what have you found to be true?
Yeah, so it depends because everyone's compliance departments are so different. Some have a very quick turnaround and some have a very long turnaround. So that's something you want to take into consideration as far as, okay, when do I need this video and how far in advance do I need to think about making sure compliance approves it? And then I always liked getting at least like broad transcript approved first. So I at least knew topic and the content was approved. And then I can go in and I can add bits and pieces as I go and then just get it approved on the back end one more time. But it's different for everyone.
Yeah. And I think that hopefully with Descript and Veed having these AI tools where you can record the video, submit the transcript to compliance, and then they can say, change these things, and you can just go in and type it and it will change what it says. I think that should be a game changer.
Yes.
Okay. We guys have so many great suggestions for each other, which I love. Let's talk about promotion. And actually, Elise, I thought what would be helpful, I'm just gonna talk about these things really quickly here, and then let's go into the app, into the FMG dashboard and show people. I'll hand it over to you. So sharing your video, there's a few things. Number one, email. It is just so much more personal to get an email that has a video in it, and whether you're adding a personal message to a particular client or if it's content marketing type of email, it just really, really is more engaging for people. So we have an amazing feature in FMG that allows you to add an email, add a video right to your email, and we will host it. So you don't have to first upload it to YouTube, upload it to Vimeo, then make a thumbnail, do all of that. It's all right there. So Elise, why don't we show that?
Awesome. And
I will stop sharing my.
And when you come to your email editor, you're coming to add a video, just come in here to add section, and the simple widget allows for us to come over here on the left-hand side, select video, and this is where the magic happens. So we can upload our video. So whether we edited the video in Veed or Canva, wherever it is, we download it and then we upload it right here. And I made a quick Valentine's Day video before, I made this on Canva, really simple. And I can also select a thumbnail. So
it's one of my favorite parts, because usually, you got to go to Canva, make the thumbnail, come back, upload it. This is a huge time saver.
It's amazing, the thumbnail piece. And so here I have gone in, uploaded my video, added my thumbnail, and voila, there it is.
So good. Somebody just asked a good question. Is there a length of time max that these videos can be? I actually don't know the answer to that.
Let me poke around. Let me find details on that.
Okay, we'll write that question down, Frank. That's a great question, and get back to you. So the other thing I would just suggest, and at least I'll go back to the deck here really quickly, and then I'll turn it back over to you again. If you are sending these video emails, in the subject line, write the word video so that people know that you have a video in there for them. For email, we recommend horizontal versus video too, just because the way the email providers are, there'll be less white space on the screen. So then, okay, how about sharing those videos to social media? We already talked about this, but again, the hook that you have that you say can be different than the hook on your text, like the first line of your text. For social media, we want to do vertical, as we talked about. And we actually are so excited because we have very, very soon coming, right? It's not live yet, at least, right?
Like within the day. It is sometime between now and next Monday, it will be live.
Very, very soon, you will be able, right from the FMG app, to upload your videos to the social channels that are connected. This is going out to RIAs first, I believe, and then it will be HBD will have to go through their compliance to, get the proper approvals in place. But so exciting that you'll be able to just upload it, because we know that, rather than sharing a link to YouTube, it's better to upload the video natively. So being able to schedule it out is huge. We've been waiting for this to come, and we are so excited about that.
This has been our biggest. This has been one of our biggest recommendations and requests from everyone on this call. And so finally here.
Yes. So for YouTube, somebody asked about horizontal versus video or vertical. Now that there's YouTube Shorts, you can do both. So Shorts would be the quick little videos that are a little bit more off the cuff, a little bit more unpolished, and those would be vertical. The same thing you would do on like Instagram or LinkedIn. And then if it's more of a true like YouTube tutorial, longer, maybe you're posting your 60-minute webinar or workshop, then you would do horizontal. So it supports both, and there would be different purposes. The Shorts is where you would use vertical. We got some questions about YouTube SEO. We didn't really have time to obviously go really in depth about YouTube SEO on today's call, We have some other previous webinars we've done about YouTube SEO. They're probably getting a little old. We need to redo a new one because it changes all the time. But one of my best tips is to use the software extension TubeBuddy. Have you heard of this before, Elise?
TubeBuddy, yes, I haven't used it, but I've heard you talk about it and how, because I feel like with SEO, whether it's video, Google, whatever it might be, they're always moving the cheese on us. So using something like this.
So true. So basically it's an extension, you add it and it will tell you these keywords aren't that great for your video. You want to change them or you need a better description. So it just really makes it better. Somebody asked, I'm saying it wrong, maybe vidIQ, VIDIQ. Rosie just asked, do you like TubeBuddy better than vidIQ? I used TubeBuddy myself for years when I was managing the YouTube channel. I have not tried vidIQ, but if you go in and type TubeBuddy versus vidIQ, they both come up as like the top two extensions for YouTube SEO. So I can't recommend it just because I've never used it before, but I've heard it's great too. And then what about our next news of what's coming? Right, you want to tell everybody, Elise?
Well, one thing that already just came out is you can now post to multiple channels. So if you have your business Facebook, your personal LinkedIn, your business LinkedIn, you can now post to all of them at once, which is very exciting.
Amazing.
So that is one. And then the other is what's our other one?
Oh, well, the Instagram is coming soon.
Oh my gosh.
That's why I have it up on the screen. Sorry, I don't know if you're
sorry, I can't see the screen. There it is.
Okay.
There.
Yes.
Wait, I can't see. Oh, there it is. Instagram. You guys, it's finally here. Who's been waiting?
Sorry, I wasn't sharing. You guys didn't. I'm sorry. I thought I was sharing my screen.
Oh no, you were. I just didn't have.
So basically, it's going to be such a game changer. So many people are asking about this. So when it comes to Instagram, one of the things that's really exciting is it's not just the talking head videos. So if you want to have some B-roll of like you in your office, or I've linked to a couple different ideas here that you can go and look at. So like these point of view videos are really popular on Instagram. You realize every dollar you invest in a 529 plan is a dollar your kids won't have to borrow with interest. So it's just a video of this woman kind of like packing up and leaving. These are really, really popular. Obviously, the talking head videos work too, but you want a mixture of both. If you're just getting started on Instagram, the biggest tip is Reels will be how you grow your audience. Stories is how you engage with your audience that you already have, the followers that you already have. So we are going to be doing an entire workshop on Instagram once our new feature is live, and we're going to go really deep into the nitty-gritty of it. I'm excited to do that. Tell us in the chat, are you already using Instagram? Is it approved? I know for some people it is. For a lot of people, it still isn't. And so not everybody can use it, but I'm interested to see what people have to say. But I linked to these two creators that are both advisors that are using Instagram, and I think doing a really good job if you're looking for some inspiration.
And right now, I feel like Instagram for financial advisors is an untapped market because we haven't been able to do it. So the quicker you can jump on and gather those views and engagement, I think it will be an awesome opportunity.
Agreed. Elise, are there what else did we share? The other ways to support video. Oh, I know what we wanted to do. Can you show everybody the places where they can find, they're looking for content that makes for great video creation. If they want to use like the tax presentation or some of our other resources, where can they find that in the FMG library?
Awesome. So when you are in the FMG library and you come over to downloadables, so our content library is packed with, you name it, exclusive content for our different program, current events. That is a really popular one too, because you are the bellwether for your clients and prospects, and they turn to you when something crazy is happening in this world. And I feel like in today's day and age, that's like every day. And so you can touch on these current events. Like we have the topics right there for you, and you can go in and talk about what is happening and have compliant friendly stats and talking points. The other one is the downloadable section. So here, this is where we already have Instagram content ready to go for you. We just have the integration built in. But I would encourage you guys to come down to presentations. And here we have our State of the Markets 2025, Secure Act 2.0, so many different presentations. These serve as really great scripts and talking points for you. You can even use these slides as images within your videos as well to
Yes.
support all of your great topics
I
and
I
headlines.
saw Advisor. We have something in there. It's like having a conversation with multiple it's a downloadable about family wealth and passing wealth on, the great wealth transfer. And somebody took it and it's like a checklist of like how to have the conversation, where to get started. And they turned that into a video. You know, I like to sit down with my clients, invite them to invite their kids. Here are like 4 or 5 things that should guide this conversation about when I pass, you know, what's going to happen. And I thought that was such a great video. So there's just obviously you could turn any of this into video content if you wanted to.
And the other place I would come to is our web content. So web content is a great place to check. And then current events. This is one so that you're staying relevant. You're talking about what's going on. And we have some good information in here that's applicable. So, you know, what
Yeah.
is the Social Security Fairness Act? This would be a great one to touch on, depending on your target audience as well.
The one that says Super Bowl is big money, like a video just saying like Super Bowl by the numbers, that kind of stuff always, it's
Oh,
fun on social media. People love it. It performs well. And
and
remember with
yeah.
social media videos, the idea isn't just for everybody to think, oh, Samantha Russell is the financial advisor I want to hire tomorrow. She knows everything. It's a mixture of getting engagement, getting people to become aware of who you are with content like this, mixed in with just pure learning for your particular audience.
And for compliance, all of our stuff is cited
Sure.
down at the bottom, which makes it really nice.
It does make it really nice. Perfect. Okay, I know we're coming up on the time. You guys are awesome. So many good questions. Elise, do you want to just pull up the FMG website and we can launch the poll, Aubrey, for people who are asking about how can we help them with the video and incorporating video into their marketing. We now are offering these 20-minute consults where you can sign up to talk with our team, and we'll go through either what you're already doing, and if you're a customer, how we can help, or if you're not, how we can support you. So let us know, just answer the poll so we know who to follow up with. And as you guys are all voting, if you asked a question we didn't get to and you want to highlight it in the chat or the Q&A again, just to bring it to the top, feel free. And let's see, what other questions do we have? Someone said, do you turn comments off when using Facebook? Our platform doesn't turn any of the comments off. That would be something you would need to do on your end. Okay. Oh, Renee just said, Samantha, your videos are terrific, useful, but engaging. Good luck to your team as you continue to build. That is so kind. Thank you. Lynn Clausen asked, how do we get to the presentations in FMG? Can you show that again, please?
Yes, so they are part of our premium marketing content. And so if you come to the content library and you come to the home base, so like when you log in, this is where you land, this is what you see, and you are going to navigate over here on the right under downloadables. And here under our downloadables section, I think this is one of our most underutilized pieces of or places in the content library, because there's scripts, there's ebooks, there's presentations, there's so much in here.
Yeah.
So you haven't taken a look at this, strongly encourage everyone to come in and start poking around. And I think you'll get a lot of good ideas as far as video content, social media content, email content, you name it.
Yeah. Okay, there was a clarification about turning the comments off. Someone said turning it off just to make for less sticky situations. Honestly, if you turn comments off on social media, there's so much of the value of the social media is gone, because comments are truly the currency on social media. The way the algorithm knows your post is worth showing to more people is truly based on how many comments you get. So I highly advise not turning them off. Somebody asked if this whole platform FMG could take the place of Forefield. Is Forefield Broadridge? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about that. That's a great question.
But this would be all in one. If you use FMG, you shouldn't have to use anything else. It has got your email marketing, your social media. We do integrate with social monitoring, right? I can't remember what the name of that is.
Yeah, there's a couple different ones out there. So Smarsh and some of these other ones.
Yeah. So it's an all-in-one platform, and it does hook into your compliance so that everything goes through compliance approval before it gets posted, which is also why we're so excited about that native video integration. Okay. If you had to choose between Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, which one would you choose? Oh, that's a tough question.
Good question.
Hard to answer, Shane. It's really going to be based on your audience and who you're trying to target. So if you're wanting to work with people who are already retired, they're probably not going to be on LinkedIn, right? Because that is all about professionals who are still in their working years. In that case, I'd lean towards Facebook. Instagram is so great for people if you're looking to work with people who are in the middle of their career. Women are a higher percentage of Instagram users than men. So again, it's going to depend on your audience. What other questions are we missing? Okay, well, thank you for all being here. And again, why don't we put up the link? If you just want to hurry up and get started and connect with us and don't wait for the poll, you can go to fmgsuite.com and book a 20-minute consult. But we really hope this was helpful to you. Let us know in the chat. Did you get something out of today that you can move forward with? That's the whole purpose of why we're doing these. Be brutally honest. We can take it. We want to make these worth your time, obviously. And if you did think it was worthwhile, we hope you'll join us for the next one. So if you go to our website, you can actually sign up for the next one, which what is it, Elise? Can you tell me? We have the next one already posted. I think it's either social media or AI.
It is. And two very
And we'll send you the link.
topics that are coming up. And AI, next one. How AI is changing SEO.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just as a little preview, we all say instead of SEO now, it's AEO. So instead of search engine optimization, it's what did I say? Answer engine optimization, right? So whether it's ChatGPT or social search. So be sure to mark your calendars for that one. That's coming up next month. And if you want ChatGPT to tell people to use you as a financial advisor, we'll have some tips for you. And you will get a link to all of our tips we talked about today, our recording checklist, everything else. And thank you so much for being here. We just love this community and we're so thankful for you all. Thanks, Elise.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you.